grammar without any effort. Welcome to your digital classroom. I'm Saji Kevi and you are watching my channel, The Eureka. Let's learn the methods of interchanging degree of comparison. Most of the adjectives and adverbs have three forms: positive, comparative, and superlative degree. For example, large, clever, fast, slow. These are examples of adjectives. We can change these adjectives into different degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. For example, large, larger, largest; wise, wiser, wisest; clever, cleverer, cleverest; beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Now, here we learn the interchange or degree of comparison. That is to say, we change one degree of comparison into other degree of comparison without changing the meaning. A sentence in positive degree changes into comparative degree or superlative degree without changing its meaning. Is called interchange of degree of comparison. Now, let us analyze and learn interchange of degree of comparison. Type 1. I consider the type 1 as absolute 1. So type 1 as absolute 1. For example, Mumbai is the richest city in India. Now the given sentence is in superlative degree. The adjective richest is in superlative form. We need to change this sentence into comparative and positive degree without changing its meaning. Now let's change this sentence into comparative degree. Mumbai is richer than any other city in India. This is in comparative degree. And we find the comparative form of adjective is used here, richer. And then now we have to change this one to positive degree. No other city in India is as rich as Mumbai. And thus we have used positive form of the adjective in this sentence. So first one superlative, then comparative, then we have the positive degree. Remember, this is the absolute one. That is to say, there isn't any city which is equal to Mumbai. Mumbai is the richest city. There isn't any city which is equal to Mumbai. Let's examine one more sentence to understand the first type of sentence. The Taj Mahal is the most famous monument in India. Now the given sentence is in superlative degree. We have to change that sentence into comparative degree. The Taj Mahal is more famous than any other monument in India. And we have changed that most famous into comparative form, more famous. Now let us turn that sentence into positive degree. No other monument in India is as famous as the Taj Mahal. So here we find we have interchanged the degree of comparison without changing the meaning of the sentence. And all these sentences are having the same meaning. There is no difference in meaning. This is called interchange or degree of comparison. When we are given the sentence in superlative degree, we change into comparative and positive degree. This is the first type, the absolute one. There isn't anything equal to this thing or person. Now, let's learn the second type, type 2, one among the few. Now, let's examine the sentence. Delhi is one of the largest cities in India. It means there are a few cities which are equal to Delhi. Delhi is not the absolute one. There are a few more cities which can be as equal to Delhi. So now, let us turn that sentence into comparative form. Delhi is larger than most other cities in India. And here we have used most other, not many other, most other cities in India. Now let's turn that sentence into positive degree. Very few cities in India are as large as Delhi. So here the thing that you need to remember, one, most other, very few. Whenever one of them is mentioned, you consider as second category. And then when we change that into comparative form, most other cities, most other persons, most other, not many other, most other to be used. Then we have very few. So one, most other, very few. This is one of the ways to remember the sentence. This is second type, because the difference between first type and second type to be understood clearly. Because here second type, one among the few, and the first one, absolute one. There isn't any person or thing which is equal to the mentioned one. Here there are a few persons or things which can be considered as equal to the persons or things. Now let's examine one more sentence to understand this concept clearly. Look at this example. Kerala is one of the most beautiful states in India. Now here we have used one of the most beautiful states in India, one among the few, and we can change this into comparative form. Kerala is more beautiful than most other states in India. And now let's turn that sentence into positive degree. Very few states in India are as beautiful as Kerala. So we have changed superlative degree into comparative and then to positive degree. Here the comparison is among things, more than two things. When comparison is more than two things, we can make that sentence into positive, comparative and superlative. Three forms are possible. So here you remember one, most other, very few in second type. First type, remember absolute one, any other, no other. Let's learn the third. An aeroplane flies faster than a bird. The given sentence is in comparative degree. Here the comparison is between two objects, two things. When the comparison is between two objects or persons or things, can make into positive and comparative degree alone. We cannot make into superlative degree. Now let's turn the sentence into positive degree. A bird does not fly as fast as an aeroplane. Here, fast is an adverb. Faster, comparative form of the adverb. Now we have changed into positive degree. Here only positive and comparative degrees are possible because the comparison is between two objects, two things. And therefore, we cannot make this sentence into superlative degree. Let's examine another sentence. A mango is sweeter than an apple. And here sweeter is in comparative form and we have to make into positive degree. An apple is not as sweet as a mango. Thus, we learn comparative into positive degree without changing the meaning. Now, let's learn the fourth type. An ox is as strong as a horse. You see, both the animals, both the things are equal in strength. And the sentence given is in positive degree because strong, the base form of the adjective. And let's turn that sentence into comparative degree. A horse is not stronger than an ox. Here we have used stronger, comparative form of the adjective. And meaning of the first sentence and the second sentence is same. First is in positive degree, second is in comparative degree. Now, let's examine one more sentence. Mohan runs as fast as Sita. And change this one into comparative degree. Sita does not run faster than Mohan. So here first is in positive degree, second is in comparative degree. If the comparison is between two things, we can make that sentence into positive and comparative degree alone. If the comparison is among more than two things or persons, we can make into positive, comparative and superlative degrees. Now, let's learn the last type, type 5. Mohan is not the oldest man of my village. Here, Mohan is not the oldest man of my village. Not is used. And let's turn that sentence into comparative degree. Some other men of my village are older than Mohan. And then we shall change that sentence into positive degree. Mohan is not as old as some other men of my village. Here, not the point, not is used negative, and some other men, some other persons, some other things, some other. Now, let's examine an exceptional sentence. Look at this sentence. This is the largest building that I have ever seen in my life. Here we find two clauses. Therefore, let's learn how to turn this sentence into comparative and positive degree. This building is larger than any other building that I have ever seen. And then let's change into positive degree. No other building that I have ever seen is as large as this building. So the subordinate clause that I have ever seen should come just after the noun that it modifies. The adjective clause should come just after the noun it modifies. We can also write it in this manner. I have never seen such a large building. So here this is in positive degree and comparative degree and superlative degree. Thus here we complete the learning of interchange of degree of comparison. If you like this video, kindly subscribe, like and share, and stay tuned for more videos.